The transfer case assembly takes this Hypoid gear oil. This takes less than a half quart, so if you buy 1 quart, it's going to do 2 of these jobs. I'll be using this Mighty Vac syringe. Alright, so now we're going to do the transfer case assembly. This takes 0.45 quarts of that Hypoid gear oil fluid. So we're going to go under and take off our fill bolt first to make sure that it can come off so we don't drain fluid and not have any. Once we get our fill bolt loosened, we'll take off our drain bolt, drain our fluid. Both of these fill and drain bolts take a 20mm crush washer. I have new crush washers right there. I'll have links to all that in the video description. You can use a 3/8 inch ratchet, breaker bar, whatever you want. Our transfer case, so here's our transmission drain bolt we just did. So behind that we have our transfer case fill at the side here. Also serves as a check bolt so we know when it's full. And then here's our drain. So the first thing we're going to do is loosen that bolt. Just using the 3/8 inch ratchet end is what you're using on these. So you basically just need to get your square end or it'll go in, which is not as easy as it sounds sometimes. Got a lot of clearance issues here with this bolt and this over here. Got your exhaust system in the way. Okay, so I think we're reaching that. Okay, so I want to be pushing in a little bit right here so it doesn't come out of there and stay square while I'm trying to break it free here. It's hard to get leverage, but there it goes. I'm going to be able to do that by hand, but I'm not going to right now because it probably wouldn't spill, but it could. So I got to have my pan ready. And this is a 1/2 inch. You can get a 1/2 inch or 3/8 on the Milwaukee. I bought the 1/2 inch because that's what the wheel lug nuts take. And I thought it'd be better to step down to a 3/8 than step up to a 1/2. So I have this little socket adapter that goes from 1/2 to 3/8. So I make sure I've got it in my loosening mode. Make sure I got it rotating counterclockwise. And I've put my torque down to the lowest setting because of how quick the transmission came out. There's 3 settings. So this doesn't work. I can just change the setting, but I thought we'd start here. Okay, so now I'm going to put it in neutral. I'm going to change my torque setting up to the second one and see how that goes. See if it'll bust it free on the second setting. Oh my! Okay, too much. So, oh boy. Yeah, it works. Need to get my pan under. Need to get my tool got soaked. That's not what I wanted. Alright, so it'll take me some practice. But it does work. Okay, so we're still just dripping. But remember we took off this, the fill bolt. We loosened it, but we didn't remove it. So now that the fluid is out, I can remove this easily by hand without worrying about any spillage because the fluid's drained well below this. So now I got this off. So now both these I'm going to want to make sure the crush washer came off with it. I'm going to want to take this old crush washer and set it aside so I don't confuse it. And I'm going to clean up this bolt. It's not, dirty. It's just getting it wiped dry from fluid. And then I'm gonna grab my new crush washer, and on crush washers there's a flat machine side, and I'm gonna want that up against my bolt like that. And so that's ready to go back on after we add fluid. And then this other one that we took out, there was the drain bolt. It's right here. its crush washer is still on. And because we've torqued them properly, they're not like melted on and mangled on. We can actually take them off. Put our old ones there. We've already kind of wiped it, but I'll wipe it again now that I got the crush washer off. And then I'll put the new crush washer on, flat machine side towards my bolt there. So now that that's down to barely a drip, I'm comfortable saying that's good. So I'm going to wipe that. Even though it's going to keep dripping, I'm just going to wipe it just so I know it's clean. And you can see the permanent marker on there that I rewrote, transfer drain, transfer case assembly. And so now I'm just going to hand tighten this. Okay, it's not wanting to just easily go for me as much as I wish it would, but I don't feel it's cross-threaded. I think it just has a little bit of a rough spot in there. Not sure why that would be. So I may just need to take a wrench, and because I know that I'm in straight. So I'm gonna see if I put a socket on there. See if it looks like it's just needs a little help. Ideally, you wouldn't need a tool, but you can tell that it's not cross-threaded. It just needed a little help because that went very easily. Alright, so now I'm just going to wipe it again, and then I'm going to go ahead and torque down that drain to 33 foot-pounds. So I have my torque wrench already set to 33 foot-pounds. So again, just thinking about what's clockwise when I'm upside down. Make sure that I'm going the right direction. There we go. I got my click. So now I need to add fluid in this hole. Need to add my fluid in this fill hole where we took the bolt out until it starts to drip out. Once it starts to drip out, I know it's at the right level. So on this transfer case assembly fluid, it also smells a little bit. It's called Hypoid gear oil. This is the Honda HGO-1 GO5 SAE 75W-85. All this will be in the video description. Takes 0.45 quarts, but because we're entering it into the top and waiting for it to drip out, I put the rest of that bottle in that I had left over from a previous service, and so I'm just gonna get all I can in this. This is a big Mighty Vac fluid extractor. These are awesome. I have a smaller one I use for years. I love it too, but I found that I was having to refill it several times. So with this one, you know, this will hold 1.5 liters, and so anyway, you basically, this has an open and close function right here on this valve, so you want to make sure it's open when you're drawing up fluid. So it's basically just a big syringe, and you might need 2 people, but basically I'm gonna draw this up into here. I'm gonna have my wife help me so I don't spill this. So basically I'm holding this and I'm taking this and I'm drawing it up. So we're gonna do that off camera and come back to you in a second. Okay, so my wife held the pitcher and kind of made sure she was able to kind of angle the pitcher, you know, like this, so that we could get as much as we can. So I have a little more than I need for this, so that's what I want. So I'll be climbing under the car. I'll be putting this inside of that transfer case, and then I'll be plunging that. Now I will say the plunger doesn't go smooth all the time. You have to fight it just a little bit just because it's such a big awkward thing. But it really saves a lot of time over using a pump bottle, like a quart bottle. Especially when you're doing like the rear differential in the back is 2 quarts. So it has 4 times as much fluid as this. So I'm gonna have to do the 2 of these large things on the rear diff, but 1 for this. So it's nice to be able to just crawl under the vehicle 1 time for this job with this and get it, instead of having to keep refilling whatever it is that I'm using. Alright, so I'm going to turn my headlight on. I'll try to keep it out of the video. So I got it in there, and I want to try to keep it in there. I'll try to get my fluid catch under it just in case I spill. But I'm basically trying to keep it in there good while I use the plunger. And then I basically want to slow down when I get close to the 1/2 quart. So it's going in very nicely. And so now I'm going to slow down because it's going to leak out when I'm done. When I need to stop, it's going to leak. It's leaking. You see that? It's leaking. That means it's full. So I stop. Just let my pan catch all that. I'm going to go put this away and come back and torque down my bolt. Alright, so now we're going to put we're just cleaning things up while we let that drain so we know that we have the right level. Just going to kind of clean some of this fluid up that drained off of here and dripped down this way. Wipe that surface where our crush washer is going to touch. And now it's by hand. I'm going to take my fill bolt, has my new crush washer on it already. So by hand, I'm just going to try to, this is the one that, you know, it's a little awkward reaching up in there. You don't have a lot of clearance around it. You got this bolt in the way and the exhaust. This is something, it's a good reason to do this kind of stuff when the vehicle's not hot. You don't want to be touching exhaust pipes and stuff. They stay hot for a very long time and burn yourself really badly, so be careful. Alright, so that went on nice by hand all the way to the base. Same torque, 33 foot-pounds. We already got it set from when we did the other one. We can move our drain pan all the way out of the way because we're not going to be dripping anymore. Upside down, I want to think about what's tightening, what's loosening. So I'm going to need my 3-inch extension. Even though I don't have a lot of room there, I still need it just because to clear that bolt that's on there. So I'm going to put a 3-inch extension on my torque wrench. Get the square end in there. There we go. That's it. So we got that torqued down. The transfer case is done.